It's the Week 3 edition of Friday Night Blitz, which means conference play is here. We even have a trophy up for grabs tonight, but I'll get to that later. First, we have a couple of FRCC North matchups to show you. Let's start at our showdown game of the week that you all just watched on TV 32. Pulaski hosting Pere. Both these teams 1-1. Both teams beat each other twice in the last 4 years. Near the end of the first quarter, Pulaski on the doorstep of the end zone. Brock Weedman follows his blockers into the end zone. They go up 7, but the Redbirds answer back a few minutes later in the second quarter. Caden Champers is going to drag a defender into the end zone. It's tied up. Nearing halftime, Red Raiders into Pere territory. Bowden Schmidt looking to pick up yards through the air. Nothing going, so he's off to the races. Look at this cutback, breaking tackles. He's going the other way. He'll be ruled down short of the end zone. Just barely almost makes it in, but he doesn't. But Weedman on the next play says, I'll take it from here. Another short rushing touchdown for a 14-10 halftime lead. To the fourth quarter we go. Schmidt gets the ball poked out by Weedman. He recovers. This young man is special. Look at this run. He scampers in to the red zone down at the 6-yard line. And guess what? Weedman steals all the glory once again for his third touchdown of the night. Red Raiders take down Pere 28-10. They host Green Bay Southwest next Thursday. Now to Bay Fort, where the 2024 Division I state champs coming off a loss to Kimberly, hosting undefeated Preble. Could the Hornets shock the world and get a win over the Pirates for the first time since 2011? Pirates start with the ball, and they have running back Brady Moon. He's going to reach into the end zone. That's a 6-yard touchdown. Next drive for the Pirates. They go back to Moon. I mean, why wouldn't you? He's juking, spinning out of tackles. This is going to be a huge game. You wish he'd make it to the end zone on this play for a heck of a highlight, but he's taken down. But guess what? A few plays later, he's going to house call this one from 31 yards out for a touchdown. Pirates go on to win this one by 50. Yes, by 50. Now Appleton West sitting at 2-0 for the first time since 2021. At 1-1 Ashwaubenon tonight. The Jags coming off a big win over Manitowoc Lincoln. Terrors down a few scores late in the first half. And quarterback Connor Navis, he's looking to the air. He's going to be sacked by big man Seneca Nguyen. Very next play, Navis goes back to the air, and he's going to be picked off by the Jaguars, who will take a 17-0 lead into the break. Second half, Appleton West got to make something happen. Navis heaves this one downfield, and Bennett Nelson, are you kidding me? He skies over the defender. He's going to take it in for a touchdown. After a 2-point conversion, they trail by 9, but the Jaguars answer back quickly. Sawyer Walton, a little play action, rolls to his right, puts it on the money to Jackson Bomia. Look at his blocking by his teammate. He'll stride on in. They take this one 37-8. Now that's enough of the FRCC North. Let's go south to a Bay Conference clash at Xavier High School. The 1-1 Hawks hosting undefeated Fox Valley Lutheran in the Apple Bowl. Early in the third quarter, FPL up big and driving deep in Xavier territory. Gabe Hodges breaks off a big run, but he fumbles, giving the Hawks some life. But Xavier, they would struggle on their next drive, going for it on 4th down, deep in their own territory. Jack Schluter makes a big tackle on Jake Meyer to force a turnover on downs that sets up the Foxes inside Xavier's 30-yard line. And Hodges, he makes up for that fumble with a 26-yard touchdown run. That puts the game away. Look at that reach into the end zone. They retain the Apple Bowl trophy. They win 35-7. Now heading north just a few minutes for an NEC matchup. Little Chute eyeing a 2-1 record. If they can take down winless Waupaca tonight, opening drive, Mustangs have the ball near midfield. They're going to hand it off up the gut. But wait, no. Quarterback's got it. Eventually the camera finds him. Jaden Herbson fakes out the defense. He's going to go untouched for 48 yards. Little Chute up 7-0. Waupaca gets the ball, but Little Chute's defensive line kept causing negative plays. James Teal gets not 1, but 2 sacks. Looking like Micah Parsons out there, holding the Comets scoreless early. Final 2 minutes of the first quarter, Reese Joten bounces a handoff outside. Yeah, folks, shakes off a defender. That's a 59-yard touchdown run. Mustangs improve to 2-1 as they roll 42-0. From the Northeastern Conference to the Northwoods, undefeated Crivitz at the beautiful Oconto Falls Football Stadium to take on the Panthers. Oconto Falls up 14 already in the first half. Crivitz trying to put some points on the board before the break. Colton Tarman, he's going to the end zone. Braden Sellen, his receiver gets rocked, can't hang on, they turn it over on downs. Beginning of the second half, Crivitz would get some life with a forced fumble by linebacker Aiden Flynn, gobbles up the loose ball. Their team does, but before Crivitz has a 4th and 1 here, handoff throws to Brody McNeil, who pushes his way through the pack. That finally puts Crivitz on the board, but that wouldn't be enough in this one as Oconto Falls takes them down 20-16. From Oconto Falls to Oconto for a Packerland battle. The winless Blue Devils duking it out against one-win Kewaunee. Early in the first quarter, Kewaunee, they're going to strike first. Brett Paulson, this kid's a stud. He'll decide to keep it, and he's going to walk into the end zone, up 7-0. Later in the first, a bumbled snap for the Panthers is going to cause some chaos in the backfield. That'll lead to a huge sack by big man Mitchell Boder. That turnover will lead to another goal line drive by Kewaunee. Again, it's going to be Paulson. He'll fight, and he'll get it to the end zone to add another 6 points on the board. Storm cruising this one 40-6. Now let's send it to Kelly Hallinan, who is in Bonduel, covering another huge Packerland showdown.
It's a big Packerland Conference matchup tonight. Bonduel hosting Southern Door. The Bears looking to get it done on their home field in front of fans. Let's check it out. Bonduel and Southern Door take the field, and early on, it's all defense. First, the Eagles pounce on a fumbled snap, and then later, Laudenberg grabs a tipped ball for a Southern Door interception. But Bonduel answers right back. Beckett Hart-Laban with the pick, and he wasn't done yet. Moments later, Hart-Laban hauls in a one-handed touchdown grab in the end zone. Bears lead 7-0 at the half. Third quarter, Carter Moosh takes the handoff, breaks through 3 defenders, and he's gone. 13-0, Bonduel on top. Then Moosh strikes again, this time a spin move, and then he drags defenders into the end zone. Bonduel stretches its lead to 19-0. And to cap it off, Quinn Wiesenberg with a diving interception to seal the shutout. Bonduel beats Southern Door 19-0.
I'm just really happy with the way they Southern Door came out running it right down our throat, and our guys did a good job sustaining at the end and not letting them in.
It's a great start to our conference season. We played well on both sides of the ball, and we really prepared in practice, and we came out ready to play.
Offensive line does a great job making holes for me and then make all the guys miss, and then it feels great getting in. So big win. Our offensive line did a great job blocking. I mean, they probably knew what we were running, and it just kept working. So big props to the offensive line.
From Bonduel High School, Kelly Hallinan, NBC 26 Sports.
So with Kewaunee and Bonduel getting wins tonight, they are our showdown game of the week next Friday night on TV 32 WACY. Folks, this matchup could have huge implications for the Packerland Conference title. Whoever wins this game will be the early favorite to win the conference this year. And don't go anywhere. Maybe you can guess what it is. Our play of the night is coming up next. We'll be right back. Our play of the night, they may have lost 37-8 to Ashwaubenon, but this throw from Connor Navis to Bennett Nelson, who mosses the defender, was the best play that I've seen in quite some time. But that'll do it for tonight's show. Have a great rest of your weekend.